Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you part 4 of our romantic series called I'm Sorry I Love You.
Yeah, and today we've got some drama, don't we?
We got a lot of drama and we got a lot of useful language.
Yeah, we're going to learn some phrases we can use to describe a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to learn how we can comfort someone. We can make them feel better.
Okay, exactly. So in our dialogue today, Veronica and her boyfriend are on a break.
Right.
So what does it mean to be on a break?
Well, it means you stop having a romantic relationship for a short time.
So you can say we are on a break.
So we're not dating.
We're not dating.
But we don't date.
All right. Or we could say, let's take a break.
Right. So we've got the state, on a break, and the action, take a break.
Take a break. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, so let's listen to our dialogue, and it's going to be a little bit fast, and the girl, I think she's crying, so it'll be a little bit difficult to understand.
But Marco and I will come back in a minute, and we'll talk about some of the difficult language here.
So I said, let's take a break. And since that night, I've been waiting for him to call, but I still haven't heard from him. You don't think he's seeing someone else, do you?
Come on, don't be so dramatic. I'm sure everything is going to work out just fine.
You think so? Oh no, how could he do this to me? I'm sure he's cheating on me. Why else wouldn't he call?
But you two are on a break. Theoretically, he can do whatever he likes.
He's the love of my life. I really messed this up.
Come on, hun. Pull yourself together. It's going to be all right.
But I still love him, and it's all my fault. I can't believe how immature and selfish I was being. I mean, he is a firefighter. It's not like he can just leave someone in a burning building and meet me for dinner. I've totally messed this up.
You know what, Veronica? I think you should make the first step. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
No, this is not gonna happen. I ruined everything.
Hey, do you hear something? Guess what? It's your lovely firefighter.
Don't you know
Wow, that's a romantic boyfriend singing in the street.
Yeah, that's amazing. Have you ever done that for a girl?
No.
Well, have you ever sung to a girl at KTV?
I've sung to a girl in KTV.
And karaoke.
Karaoke, yeah. So, but not so much as on the street with all the neighbors coming out to see me.
Wow. Okay. Well, I don't blame you.
All right. Let's take a look at the language that we saw in our dialogue on language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right. So let's take a look at our first word. Messed this up.
Messed this up.
Messed this up.
Messed this up. So, Marco, this is a phrasal verb, and that means we can sort of switch it around a little bit, right?
Exactly. Why don't we listen to some examples, and then we can come back and talk some more.
Example 1.
I messed up on the exam and now I won't pass my class.
Example 2.
When I'm cooking, I always mess up and burn the rice.
Okay, so messed up. It's pretty clear, I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at our next word. Immature.
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 So when someone is immature...
They're acting really young.
Really young, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a very good thing to be immature.
No, it has a negative meaning.
Right. It's normal for children to be immature.
Because they're children.
Right? But not an adult.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got some examples that will help you to understand this word a little bit better.
Example 1.
Your toilet jokes are not funny. Stop being so immature.
Example 2. Jeannie acts like she's 16. She's so immature. Example 3.
God, you and your friends always act so immature.
All right, so immature. Now let's take a look at our next word. Selfish.
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 Selfish
So a selfish person.
is a person who only thinks about themselves.
Okay, so I only think about me. No one else.
Yeah, you don't care about other people's feelings.
Okay. So it's not a good thing to be immature or selfish.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think it's time for us to listen to our dialogue again. We're going to slow it down a little bit.
And this will help you to understand these phrases a little bit more clearly.
So I said, let's take a break. And since that night, I've been waiting for him to call, but I still haven't heard from him. You don't think he's seeing someone else, do you?
Come on. Don't be so dramatic. I'm sure everything is going to work out just fine.
You think so? Oh no. How can he do this to me? I'm sure he's cheating on me. Why else wouldn't he call?
But you two are on a break. Theoretically, he can do whatever he likes.
He's the love of my life. I've really messed this up.
Come on, hun. Pull yourself together. It's going to be all right.
But I still love him, and it's all my fault. I can't believe how immature and selfish I was being. I mean, he is a firefighter. It's not like he can just leave someone in a burning building and meet me for dinner. I've totally messed this up.
You know what, Veronica? I think you should make the first step. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
No, this is not gonna happen. I've ruined everything.
Hey, do you hear something? Guess what? It's your lovely firefighter.
Okay, so we saw Veronica's friend trying to calm her down.
Yeah,
right?
trying to comfort her.
Okay, to make her feel better. Let's take a look at some of the phrases she used in Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
Okay, so what was the first phrase that she said?
Everything is going to work out just fine.
Everything is going to work out just fine.
Everything is going to work out just fine.
What does that mean?
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay, right?
Yeah, the problem will be solved.
Okay, so if somebody's worried or somebody is crying, you can say, don't worry, everything is going to work out just fine. Okay, let's look at the next one. Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
So what does that mean exactly? That sounds kind of weird.
I know. I guess it just means stop crying, relax, and, take a deep breath.
Okay. Just like calm down.
Yeah,
Get organized.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your ideas and your thoughts.
Yeah. So you can think of maybe somebody who's got tears down their face and everything is sort of in a mess. If you pull it together, they clean up and they sort of relax, right?
Okay. Pull yourself together. All right. And the last phrase that we saw, it's going to be all right.
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 So it's going to be all right means everything is going to be okay.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
The problem will go away. You'll feel better.
Maybe you could even say, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah. These are 3 really helpful phrases that you can use when you want to say something nice to a friend or a colleague who has a problem.
Okay. Exactly. Very useful language. So let's listen to some more examples.
Example 1. Don't worry, everything's going to work out just fine. I'm sure he still loves you. Example 2.
Everything's gonna be alright. We'll find your puppy. Don't worry.
Okay, great examples, and I think it's clear now. So let's listen to our dialogue again, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
So I said, let's take a break. And since that night, I've been waiting for him to call, but I still haven't heard from him. You don't think he's seeing someone else, do you?
Come on, don't be so dramatic. I'm sure everything is going to work out just fine.
You think so? Oh no, how could he do this to me? I'm sure he's cheating on me. Why else wouldn't he call?
But you two are on a break. Theoretically, he can do whatever he likes.
He's the love of my life. I really messed this up.
Come on, hun. Pull yourself together. It's going to be all right.
But I still love him, and it's all my fault. I can't believe how immature and selfish I was being. I mean, he is a firefighter. It's not like he can just leave someone in a burning building and meet me for dinner. I've totally messed this up.
You know what, Veronica? I think you should make the first step. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
No, this is not gonna happen. I've ruined everything.
Hey, do you hear something? Guess what? It's your lovely firefighter.
Don't you know I sit around with my head hanging down.
Okay, I really like this dialogue. It's so romantic.
Yeah.
It's drama, but at the same time romantic. Mm-hmm. So we want to know what you think will happen next.
Yeah, will they get back together?
Will they get married?
Will they have a baby?
Maybe they'll break up forever.
Maybe she'll move halfway across the world.
Anything could happen, so let us know what you think will happen.
Love can be wonderful, but it can also be difficult. Sometimes, two people fall in love and everything feels perfect. They enjoy each other's company, laugh together, and build memories. But relationships also have problems. People make mistakes. They say things they don't mean. They feel hurt, angry, or confused. One common thing couples do is take a break. They stop seeing each other for a short time. This break can give them space to think and decide what they really want. When someone says, "Let's take a break," it doesn't always mean the relationship is over. It might just be a pause. But during this time, emotions can become very strong. One person might feel sad or regretful. The other might feel confused or angry. Being on a break doesn't stop the feelings. In fact, sometimes it makes people realize how much they still care about each other. There are many phrases people use in these situations. One is, "I messed up." This means I made a mistake. It's a simple phrase, but it carries a lot of emotion. People say it when they feel sorry for something they've done. It shows regret. Another word is immature. This means someone behaved in a childish or selfish way. Adults are expected to act mature, which means thinking carefully and being respectful. Then there's the word selfish. A selfish person only thinks about themselves. In a relationship, this can cause problems. If someone always wants their own way or ignores their partner's feelings, it can lead to hurt and anger. But realizing you were selfish can be the first step to change. It shows that you're learning and growing. In love, it's normal to feel a mix of emotions. You might cry, feel lost, or even blame yourself. But these feelings are a part of learning. They help you understand your heart better. Sometimes, after a mistake, you realize how much someone means to you. You want to say sorry. You want to fix things. And that's when you start to change, not just for the other person, but for yourself too. It's not easy to admit when you've done something wrong, especially in a relationship. But being honest with yourself is a big step forward. You start to look back at your words and actions. You ask yourself, why did I say that? Or why did I act like that? Maybe you spoke in anger. Maybe you weren't really listening. Maybe your pride was stronger than your love. These questions can be painful, but they help you grow. A useful word in these moments is regret. Regret is the feeling you get when you wish you had done something differently. It's that deep voice inside you that says, "I shouldn't have done that." Regret can be hard, but it's also powerful. It means you care. It means you want to become better. You might also hear the phrase, I took you for granted. This means you didn't appreciate someone while you had them. You thought they would always be there. But when they're gone, you suddenly feel their absence like a hole in your life. Realizing this can make you feel sorry and ashamed. You understand that love needs care, attention, and respect. Another important phrase is I wasn't mature enough. This means you didn't have the emotional strength or understanding to handle the relationship well. You might have been too focused on yourself or afraid to be honest. But saying this shows growth. It means you've learned something from your mistake. People often think that saying sorry is enough. But real change takes more than just words. It takes action. You have to show that you understand what went wrong and that you're willing to do things differently. This is where the word accountability comes in. Being accountable means taking full responsibility for your actions. It means saying, yes, I made that mistake and I want to fix it. Learning these words and expressions helps you talk about your feelings more clearly. It helps you understand yourself and connect with others. When you can name your emotions, like guilt, regret, shame, or hope, you start to feel stronger. You start to feel more in control. And that's when healing can begin. After a painful mistake, many people ask themselves one big question. Can love come back? It's a difficult question, but it's one that many people wonder about. Sometimes, even after a breakup or a long silence, the feelings remain. You still care. You still miss the other person. You remember their smile, their voice, the small things they did that made you feel special. These memories don't disappear easily. They stay with you, and they often remind you of what truly matters. One phrase people often use is, I still have feelings for you. This is a simple way to say that love is still there, even if things didn't go well in the past. Sometimes people feel shy or afraid to say this out loud, but deep inside, they know it's true. Another expression is, I want to make things right. It means you don't want to just say sorry. You want to fix what was broken. You want to take real steps to bring back trust, peace, and happiness. It's also important to understand that time changes people. A person who made mistakes before can become more thoughtful, more caring, and more respectful. That's why another useful phrase is I've grown. When you say this, you're telling the other person that you've learned from the past. You've changed. You've become stronger and more mature. In many relationships, communication is the biggest problem. People stop listening to each other. They stop being honest. That's why one of the most powerful things you can say is I want to talk. These 4 words can open the door to healing. They show you're ready to listen and to speak from the heart. There's also the word reconnect. To reconnect means to build a new bridge between 2 people. It means starting again, but from a better place. You're not pretending the past didn't happen. Instead, you're using the past to build something stronger. When people reconnect, they often talk more openly, share more feelings, and try harder to understand each other. Learning these kinds of words and phrases can help you become better at expressing emotions in English. They're not just useful in love, they can help in friendships, in family, and even at work. Because no matter where you are, being able to speak from the heart makes your words more powerful and your relationships more real. Sometimes, love doesn't get a second chance. The person you care about moves on, or they decide not to return. That can feel like a heavy loss, like something deep inside you has broken. But even in this pain, there's something to learn, something to take with you. This is when you discover the true meaning of healing. Healing is not about forgetting. It's about accepting. You accept what happened, and you choose to grow from it. The phrase moving on is often used during this time. To move on means to continue your life, even after something difficult. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It just means you start caring more about your own future. Another useful word is closure. Closure is the feeling you get when you understand something has ended and you're ready to let go. It gives you peace, even if the ending was painful. You might also hear someone say, I've made peace with it. This means they've stopped fighting the past. They've accepted it, learned from it, and are ready to live again. Making peace is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. It helps you breathe again. It helps you sleep better. It helps you smile without pretending. There's another important phrase. I've forgiven you, but I haven't forgotten. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means you choose not to carry anger anymore. You release the pain, not because the other person deserves it, but because you do. Forgiveness is freedom. And even if trust can't be rebuilt, forgiveness can still bring light back into your life. During these times, people often discover new parts of themselves. They find out how strong they are. They start to focus on self-love, which means caring for your own heart, body, and mind. You begin to say things like, I deserve respect, or I want to be happy again. These are powerful sentences. They are the beginning of a new story. And as you rebuild your life, your English grows too. You learn to describe deep emotions. You practice words like grief, acceptance, peace, and strength. You learn not only to speak, but to speak with meaning. And that is a gift you can carry with you for the rest of your life. When you come out of a painful experience, something changes inside you. You begin to see life differently. You start to notice small things that you didn't before, a kind message from a friend, a warm cup of tea, a quiet walk in the evening. These small things become part of your healing. And slowly, you start to believe again, not just in love, but in yourself. You realize that your heart is still beating, your life is still moving, and your story is still being written. This is where the phrase starting over becomes meaningful. Starting over doesn't mean erasing the past. It means creating a new chapter, a fresh page, a chance to use everything you've learned to live more honestly, more kindly, and more clearly. You begin to make new choices, not because you have to, but because you want to. You want a life that feels right for you. You might say, I'm learning to love myself again. That's not always easy, but it's powerful. It means you're learning to accept your flaws, your mistakes, and your dreams. You're treating yourself like someone who deserves care. Another common phrase is, I'm working on myself. This shows growth. It means you're not perfect, but you're trying every day to become better, wiser, and more peaceful. When people grow through pain, they also become more open to others. They listen better. They show more kindness. They stop judging so quickly. This is called emotional maturity, the ability to understand your feelings and handle them in a healthy way. You might hear someone say, I've become more understanding, or I try to see things from other people's point of view. These phrases show that growth has taken root. Another powerful idea is hope. Hope is the light that keeps shining, even when everything feels dark. You might say, I still believe in love, or I believe something good is coming. Hope gives you strength to keep going. It reminds you that life is full of new chances, new people, and new moments. And through all of this, your English becomes more personal. You're not just learning grammar or vocabulary. You're learning how to tell your story, how to describe real emotions, how to share your truth. That's what makes your words powerful. That's what makes your English not just correct, but alive. No matter what your past looks like, you still have your future. And every word you speak, every lesson you learn, every time you choose to grow, that's part of your journey forward. Life is not always about perfect endings. Sometimes it's about the strength to keep moving even when things didn't go the way you hoped. Maybe love didn't last. Maybe trust was broken. But what truly matters is how you respond, how you rebuild, and how you choose to carry your heart forward. This is where you learn the value of resilience. Resilience is the ability to get back up after life knocks you down. It doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It means you keep going despite the pain. A useful phrase is, I'm stronger than I thought. Many people don't realize their strength until they face something really hard. But surviving heartbreak, learning from it, and continuing to grow, that's real strength. Sometimes you'll hear people say, "What's meant for you will find you." This idea gives people comfort. It means that if something or someone is truly right for you, it will come at the right time. You don't have to chase it. You just need to stay open and ready. Another phrase is everything happens for a reason. Whether or not you believe that, it helps many people make sense of difficult times. It turns pain into purpose. Another powerful word is acceptance. Acceptance is when you stop fighting reality. You stop wishing the past were different. You start saying, "This is where I am, and this is where I begin again." Acceptance doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you choose peace over pain. It means you make space in your heart for something new. The journey of love, loss, and growth is something almost everyone experiences, and each part of it gives you a deeper understanding of yourself and others. It teaches you to speak kindly, listen better, and love more wisely. These lessons are not just about relationships. They're also about becoming a more complete person. And through all of this, you're also becoming a better English speaker. You've learned how to express your emotions. You've explored deep vocabulary. You've practiced speaking from the heart. That's more than just language. It's connection. And that's the true goal of learning any language, to connect with yourself and the world around you. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking with honesty and courage. Your voice matters. Your words have power. And your journey, every part of it, is shaping you into someone wiser, kinder, and more complete.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Dating or going out with someone.
Seeing someone.
Having a romantic relationship with someone else, not your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend.
Cheat on someone.
A relationship that is temporarily on hold.
On a break.
Calm down, relax, organize your thoughts.
Pull yourself together.
Acting in a childish way.
Immature.
Having or showing concern only for yourself and not the needs or feelings of other people.
Selfish.
Damage, destroy something.
Ruin.
End a relationship.
Break up.
End a relationship when the other person does not want to.
Dump someone.
Serious, long-term boyfriend or girlfriend.
Partner.
Former boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife.
Ex.
Romantic social life.
Love life.
Don't worry, it's not so serious.
It's not the end of the world. Let's try that faster.
Having a romantic relationship with someone else, not your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend.
Cheat on someone.
Calm down, relax, organize your thoughts.
Pull yourself together.
Romantic social life.
Love life.
Damage, destroy something.
Ruin.
Former boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife.
Ex.
Don't worry, it's not so serious.
It's not the end of the world.
Acting in a childish way.
Immature.
A relationship that is temporarily on hold.
On a break.
End a relationship.
Break up.
Dating or going out with someone.
Seeing someone.
End a relationship when the other person does not want to.
Dump someone.
Serious, long-term boyfriend or girlfriend.
Partner.
Having or showing concern only for yourself and not the needs or feelings of other people.
Selfish. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Seeing someone. I think that Carl is seeing someone from the office. Seeing someone. Peter asked me to be his girlfriend, but I'm seeing someone, so I had to say no. Seeing someone. If you are not seeing anyone, I would like to ask you out to dinner. Cheat on someone. They got a divorce because Mary cheated on her husband. Cheat on someone. My friend went to the cinema yesterday and found his girlfriend there cheating on him with another guy. Cheat on someone. I cheated on my girlfriend one time, but she never found out about it. Pull yourself together. This is no time to panic. Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. You have to pull yourself together and solve your problem. Pull yourself together. Calm down. Pull yourself together. Get out there and score a goal. It's not like I can just leave my office whenever I want. My boss will fire me. It's not like you can just insult me and then expect me to not feel bad. It's not like we can just use all our savings on this trip. We have to think about the future. Ruin. You spilled red wine on my shirt. You've ruined it. Ruin. We were having such a nice day at the park and then you ruined it by arguing with me. Ruin. I accidentally ruined the turkey by leaving it in the oven too long.
I still remember the moment I realized I had ruined something important. It wasn't just a bad day or a small argument. It was the kind of mistake that changes everything. One minute, we were fine, laughing and making plans for the weekend, and the next, we were standing in silence, looking at each other like strangers. The worst part was knowing that it was my fault. It started with something small. She was telling me about her stressful day, and instead of listening, I made a joke that I thought was harmless. But she didn't laugh. Her face changed. I could see I had hurt her feelings, but instead of apologizing, I got defensive. I told her she was overreacting. That word, overreacting, was like throwing fuel on a fire. Her voice got quieter, her eyes colder. In that moment, I should have stopped, listened, and cared. But I didn't. I kept talking, trying to win the argument instead of fixing the problem. Looking back now, I see how immature that was. Immature means not acting like an adult, not taking responsibility. I was so focused on being right that I forgot about being kind. That night, she said she needed a break. In relationships, being on a break means you're not officially together, but you haven't completely ended things either. It's like pressing pause instead of stop. But even if it's not a breakup, it feels like the beginning of one. The next few days were heavy. I kept replaying the argument in my head, wishing I could go back and choose different words. Simple phrases like, "I'm sorry" or "I understand" could have saved us so much pain. But in the moment, pride got in the way. Pride is dangerous. It makes you hold on to your own view, even when it's hurting someone you love. I didn't want to lose her, but I also didn't know how to fix it. That's when I realized I needed to do something I wasn't very good at. Admit my mistakes and try to make things right. Not just for her, but for me too. Because if I didn't, I knew I'd carry this regret for a long, long time. The morning after our fight, I woke up early, but it felt like I hadn't slept at all. My chest felt heavy and my thoughts were messy. I kept hearing her voice in my head, calm but distant, saying, "I just need some space." That phrase can mean many things, but in relationships it usually means, "I need time to think without you around." It's not rejection, but it's not closeness either. It's a warning sign. I wanted to call her immediately to explain myself, but I knew that would only make things worse. Sometimes, when emotions are too fresh, talking right away just reopens the wound. So instead, I tried to pull myself together. That's an expression that means to control your emotions and think clearly after being upset. It's easier said than done, but I knew I had to do it if I wanted any chance to make things better. I went for a walk to clear my head. The air was cold and the streets were quiet. As I walked, I thought about the argument from her perspective. I imagined how she must have felt, wanting comfort and support, but instead getting sarcasm and defensiveness. That's when it hit me. I had been selfish. Selfish means thinking only about yourself and not caring enough about how your actions affect others. I had been more focused on winning an argument than on being a good partner. By the time I got home, I knew what I had to do. I needed to apologize, not just with words, but with honesty and humility. An apology without sincerity is meaningless. I also realized that apologizing is not about saying, "I'm sorry you feel that way." That puts the blame on the other person. A real apology is saying, "I'm sorry for what I did, and I understand how it hurt you." It's about taking full responsibility. I sat down with a notebook and started writing. I wanted to be clear, because when emotions run high, it's easy to say the wrong thing. I wrote about the moment I went wrong, the words I shouldn't have used, and how I understood her pain now. I also wrote that I wanted to listen more and speak less, to be patient instead of defensive. When I finished, I looked at the page and felt a mix of fear and hope. Fear, because I didn't know if she would forgive me. Hope, because I knew I was finally doing the right thing. Sometimes that's the first step to repairing something broken, being brave enough to admit you broke it. Later that afternoon, I decided to send her a message. Not a long one, just enough to let her know I was thinking about her and that I was ready to talk when she was. I didn't want to overwhelm her with paragraphs of emotion before she was ready. So I wrote something simple. "I know I hurt you. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I want to talk whenever you feel ready." Then I put my phone down and forced myself not to check it every 5 seconds. Waiting was hard. When you care about someone, silence feels heavy. But I reminded myself that giving someone space is also a sign of respect. You can't rush healing. In the meantime, I thought about what I would say when we finally spoke. I didn't want to just say, "I messed up." Although that's a powerful and honest phrase, I also wanted to explain that I understood exactly how I messed up. Mess up means to make a mistake, often a big one. And I had made more than one. I practiced in my head. I was wrong to make that joke when you needed comfort. I was wrong to get defensive instead of listening. I was wrong to act like your feelings didn't matter. It felt uncomfortable to say these things, but I knew she needed to hear them. Real honesty isn't always comfortable. While I waited, I thought about other times in my life when I'd been immature or quick to argue. I realized that if I wanted this relationship to survive, I needed to change. Not just for her, but for myself. Relationships are not competitions. They're partnerships, and if you treat every disagreement like a battle, eventually you both lose. That evening, my phone buzzed. It was her. Just one sentence. Let's talk tomorrow. My heart jumped. It wasn't forgiveness. Not yet, but it was an opening. A chance. And that's all I needed to start believing we might still have a future. When she walked in, I stood up. She looked tired, like she hadn't been sleeping well either. Her eyes were calm but guarded, and I knew I had to respect that. We sat down, and for a moment, neither of us spoke. The silence wasn't comfortable, but it wasn't hostile either. It was the kind of silence that comes when two people are deciding if they're ready to open their hearts again. I took a deep breath and started with the simplest, most important words. I'm sorry. I didn't try to soften it or hide behind excuses. I told her, I was selfish, I was immature, and I didn't give you the comfort you needed. I made you feel like your feelings didn't matter, and I hate that I did that to you. Her eyes softened slightly, and she nodded, but she didn't say anything yet. I kept going. I told her I understood why she needed space, and that I had spent the past few days really thinking about how I could be better, not just for her, but for myself. I admitted that in the past, I had treated arguments like contests to win instead of moments to understand each other. I told her I didn't want to be that person anymore. She finally spoke, her voice quiet but steady. She said she had felt hurt, disappointed, and alone in that moment when she needed me the most. Hearing those words was painful, but I knew I needed to hear them. You can't heal something if you're not willing to see the damage. I told her I wanted to rebuild her trust, even if it took time. Trust isn't something you demand, it's something you earn piece by piece through actions, not just promises. She didn't say she forgave me, but she did say, I appreciate that you're owning what you did. That was a start. As we sat there, talking more honestly than we had in weeks, I realized that this conversation wasn't just about fixing one argument. It was about learning how to face problems together without letting pride get in the way. And that was a lesson I didn't want to forget. Over the next few days, I focused on showing her, not just telling her, that I was willing to change. I knew words alone wouldn't be enough. People believe actions more than apologies, so I started with the little things. I listened without interrupting when she spoke, even when I wanted to defend myself. I asked how she was feeling and really paid attention to the answer. I checked in on her, not to pressure her, but to remind her that I cared. One evening, she called me unexpectedly. She said she'd been thinking about everything and that she could see I was making an effort. She told me she wasn't ready to go back to how things were before, but she was open to trying again, slowly. I understood that rebuilding takes time. It's like repairing a broken bridge. You can't just lay down one plank and expect it to hold. You have to rebuild it piece by piece. We started spending short amounts of time together, walking in the park, having coffee, cooking simple meals. I avoided bringing up the argument unless she did, but when she did, I listened. I didn't get defensive. I didn't try to win. I just tried to understand. During this time, I learned a lot about humility. Humility is the ability to admit that you're not perfect, to accept your flaws, and to respect the feelings of others. I also learned the importance of patience, waiting without rushing the other person into forgiving you. One night, after we'd spent the evening watching a movie, she turned to me and said, "I can feel that you're different." That simple sentence meant everything to me. It was proof that my effort was being seen, even if we weren't completely healed yet. I realized that in relationships, mistakes will happen. But if you face them with honesty, patience, and genuine effort, they can become opportunities, not just to fix what's broken, but to grow stronger than before. Weeks passed, and slowly our connection began to feel warmer and more natural again. We still had moments of caution, like two people learning to dance after stepping on each other's toes, but there was also a softness returning between us. I knew better than to assume everything was perfect. Trust, once shaken, takes time to grow strong again. One evening, we were sitting on her balcony, watching the city lights flicker in the distance. There was a quiet between us, but it felt different this time, calm, not tense. She took a sip of her tea, looked at me, and said, "You've really shown me that you care. Not just by saying it, but by living it." Hearing that filled me with a mix of relief and gratitude. I told her the truth, that I had learned more in the past few weeks than in years of being in relationship. I'd learned that pulling yourself together doesn't just mean calming down, it means taking responsibility for your actions and making choices that lead to healing. I'd learned that pride is a wall, and if you don't take it down, no one can truly reach you. And most of all, I'd learned that love isn't about never making mistakes. It's about caring enough to fix them when you do. She smiled, and for the first time since that night of our argument, she reached for my hand. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a big speech or a sudden, magical ending. It was just her way of saying, "We're okay. We're still here." And that was enough. As I sat there with her hand in mine, I realized that this wasn't the end of the story. It was the start of a better chapter, one where I'd carry these lessons with me, not just in this relationship, but in every part of my life. Because once you truly understand how easily something precious can be damaged, you learn to handle it with care.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Dating or going out with someone.
Seeing someone.
Having a romantic relationship with someone else, not your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend.
Cheat on someone.
A relationship that is temporarily on hold.
On a break.
Calm down, relax, organize your thoughts.
Pull yourself together.
Acting in a childish way.
Immature.
Having or showing concern only for yourself and not the needs or feelings of other people.
Selfish.
Damage, destroy something.
Ruin.
End a relationship.
Break up.
End a relationship when the other person does not want to.
Dump someone.
Serious, long-term boyfriend or girlfriend.
Partner.
Former boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife.
Ex.
Romantic social life.
Love life.
Don't worry, it's not so serious.
It's not the end of the world. Let's try that faster.
Having a romantic relationship with someone else, not your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend.
Cheat on someone.
Calm down, relax, organize your thoughts.
Pull yourself together.
Romantic social life.
Love life.
Damage, destroy something.
Ruin.
Former boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife.
Ex.
Don't worry, it's not so serious.
It's not the end of the world.
Acting in a childish way.
Immature.
A relationship that is temporarily on hold.
On a break.
End a relationship.
Break up.
Dating or going out with someone.
Seeing someone.
End a relationship when the other person does not want to.
Dump someone.
Serious, long-term boyfriend or girlfriend.
Partner.
Having or showing concern only for yourself and not the needs or feelings of other people.
Selfish. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Seeing someone. I think that Carl is seeing someone from the office. Seeing someone. Peter asked me to be his girlfriend, but I'm seeing someone, so I had to say no. Seeing someone. If you are not seeing anyone, I would like to ask you out to dinner. Cheat on someone. They got a divorce because Mary cheated on her husband. Cheat on someone. My friend went to the cinema yesterday and found his girlfriend there cheating on him with another guy. Cheat on someone. I cheated on my girlfriend one time, but she never found out about it. Pull yourself together. This is no time to panic. Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. You have to pull yourself together and solve your problem. Pull yourself together. Calm down. Pull yourself together. Get out there and score a goal. It's not like I can just leave my office whenever I want. My boss will fire me. It's not like you can just insult me and then expect me to not feel bad. It's not like we can just use all our savings on this trip. We have to think about the future. Ruin. You spilled red wine on my shirt. You've ruined it. Ruin. We were having such a nice day at the park and then you ruined it by arguing with me. Ruin. I accidentally ruined the turkey by leaving it in the oven too long.